evaluation form that Lawrence just showed. And for a lot of people, this is Greek, as is the Tall Tales ballot. For some clarity, we have invited to our lectern Contest Insight and Secrets. District 52 Chief Judge John Murray, DTM, Mr. Wonderful, will share contest insight and secrets to help you to compete in the upcoming contests at this year's, at the highest level possible. Let's say that again. At the highest level possible. John Murray.
It's great to be here. Thank you for a wonderful turnout. Congratulations to EVP for having such a wonderful turnout tonight. Contests, they can be scary. They can be wonderful. They can be a growth opportunity. They can be something that we can take with us and really be a memorable experience from which we will change our Toastmasters life forever. There are 2 contests that will be coming up this fall. We already have talked about the fact that there's an evaluation contest, but there also will be a Tall Tales contest this fall. And Terry Mayfield will be speaking about Tall Tales in a short while, but there is a lot to consider from a contest perspective. And one of the things that we have, and I think each of you has a copy of it, is the evaluation form. And that is Greek to many, even including judges who participate in the contest. And that's why we have judges training and we have contestant training. As chief judge for District 52, one of my jobs is to go around to lots of clubs, have seminars and so forth, workshops, to help people understand these forms for the upcoming contest season. As you noted tonight for the evaluation contest, there is first a test speaker, and the test speaker speaks for 5 to 7 minutes. This night we had a test speaker that spoke for 9 to 11, but the usual test speaker speaks for 5 to 7 minutes. Now, as an evaluator who is going to be evaluating the test speaker, you do not pay attention to the timing. You let the timers pay attention to that part of it. The contestants watch and listen to the test speaker, and then you are as evaluator, contestant as evaluator, so you will go and take a sheet of paper and you will write down notes. Now, why do I say a sheet of paper specifically? Because there is a new rule starting this year which says that you cannot have any electronic devices that will help enable you during the contest. So that would include a computer, a tablet, or a cell phone. Because somebody in the contest room could be texting you, for example, some things about what was going on in terms of the evaluation. So you cannot have these actively out. You can have them in your pocket, can't use them. So cell phones will be away from everybody, and that includes anybody who uses a computer to take notes, such as Glenn. So that is a new rule. There is, for the evaluation contest, there is the evaluation form you have in front of you right here. And there are really 4 areas. Analytical quality. And 40% of the weighting goes to analytical quality. 30% goes to recommendations, which is something that Lawrence is talking about. 15% goes to technique, and 15 points goes to summation. If you do not have a summation, you will lose 15 points right off the bat. And if you are competing at the highest level, as I know anybody in this room can. If you're not doing a summation, you will not win. Just simple as that. Because your competitors all will.
Can you explain what a summation is?
Yes. What you do is you have the sandwich method of evaluating, where you have an introduction, and then you talk about improvements that can be made, some positive things and some improvements that can be made in the speech, and then you have a summation. But in our club evaluations, we quite often don't say, for example, the words "in summations." You go into some sort of wrap up, and it might even be something as simple as, "I look forward to your next speech." Well, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. You're going to have to actually take time to summarize what you had said previously. So you're going to say it, and then you're going to say it again. And part of the problem in that is that you are not used to it. You are not used to a summation in your club. And what happens when you compete and you have to have a summation is you run out of time. And a timer is very important to watch, especially in contests. So what you can do is watch the clock and make sure that you have time to summarize, because you have a potential loss of 15 points. Don't try to cover everything. You can't. So don't try to do that. Use your 5 minutes. When you have your evaluation, your test speaker, you're then taken out by the sergeant at arms, for example, out into an area out there. And you're given 5 minutes to write on a sheet of paper your notes. Now, whatever you write on this sheet of paper, I guarantee you will be more than the 2 to 3 minutes you have to speak. So what you have to do is some editing. Editing out there, but also editing as you speak, because as we all know, we say things more than we often prepare ourselves. Our speeches run long, our evaluations can run long too. And as a result of running long, you end up wrapping up too quickly, and you end up losing the benefit and the impact of that summary. So try to get your best points. Pick your best points. Make sure you get your highlights. Really concentrate on that. Limit it. Lawrence used, 3 points of opportunity, 3 points of good things, and then 2 points of opportunities for growth. So 3 positives and 2 opportunities for growth. Stick to the 5. Don't add in a 6th one, because it will help control. If you do that, it'll throw you off in terms of the timing. Avoid obvious elements of the speech which other contestants will notice. One of the things that I have noticed as a judge, and as a chief judge in watching the ballots come in and watching other judges, and as a ballot counter too you can find, is that there are a lot of contestants that come up and they say exactly the same thing. Great eye contact, great vocal variety, and so forth and so on. But there is something that the winning evaluator adds to the whole mix that says something to the audience that the other one missed, and it'll be a really important point. And that one important point that really shows that you gave just a little extra in your thought and your analysis and delivery of the information is what can set you apart from your competition. So that is really important, because there are so many great evaluators, particularly as you move up, that those fine points can really make a great difference. Then the other thing that can happen, because you have so many great competitors, particularly as you move up, is you want to make sure that you have a great delivery. Delivery can be very, very important. It's not actually listed here in terms of anything that would be something that you grade on, but as a judge, but it impacts the judge. It impacts the judge as to how they perceive you. And they will give you a little bit of a boost, generally speaking, if you deliver very, very well. I have very short time. I was going to talk about tall tales. But I will wrap up on tall tales very quickly. First of all, tall tales, and Terry will speak more about that. Tall tales, unlike a normal speech, which we know to be 5 to 7 minutes, is only 3 to 5 minutes. There is a 30-second leeway either way, so it can go to 5 minutes and 30 seconds, or it can go to 2 minutes and 30 seconds only. It's a very constrained time frame, and you've got to pack in a lot in that 3 to 5 minutes. And it's a great challenge, it's a great opportunity, and I really think that in many ways it's a great discipline, because if you can stay within that time frame, you've really honed your skills in terms of your craft of speech making and speech writing. My time is up, and I would love to talk to you more about it, but I will have to turn it back to our Toastmasters.
Yay!